Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation GoldenEye, turn 18.1, Germany. It is January 1945. I did the variable turn ending by PBE, and the game continued it on an 8. It would have ended if it had been a 1 or a 2. So we go here into 1945. I have 5 tech rolls with Germany. For heavy strategic bombers, I failed with a 1. For advanced submarines, I barely failed with a 7. I would have needed an 8. For advanced ASW, I succeeded with a 7. For strategic rockets, I failed with a 7. And for attack transports, I failed again, barely, with a 7. A lot of 7s there. 1, 2, 3, 4 7s. A 1 and 4 7s. Okay, purchases. I have 81 IPP to spend with Germany. I'm going to purchase 12 militia for 24, 9 infantry for 27, that brings us to 51, 2 cavalry for 6, that's 57, 2 advanced mechanized infantry for 8, that's 65, 2 SS Panzer Grenadiers for 8, that's 73, 2 anti-aircraft artillery for 8, that's 81. Okay, combat movement. Got a lot of stuff up at the north end of the board there in Russia. Got to get everything on camera here. So I am going to have 1 SS Panzer Grenadier from Western Russia will hit Yaroslavl and then blitz up to northern Russia. So Yaroslavl isn't worth anything, but northern Russia is worth 1 IPP. So the Soviets drop to 38, Germany goes up to 58 or 62, depending on if you merge the Vichy. Next, everything that's here in Western Russia is going to go into Smolensk. That is 4 advanced mechanized infantry, 8 SS Panzer Grenadiers, and 4 medium armor. Just a quick side note, I couldn't really go after Moscow this turn. He has 23 units in Moscow, and I believe I could bring 21 units, but he gets that +2 on the first round, which really hurts. So, I could have just gone all in and saw what happened, but I think it's more prudent for me to just take Smolensk and Leningrad. I don't think he could take either one of those for me. Maybe he could, I guess he could take Leningrad from me, if he wants to risk his medium armor and such. But otherwise, I think I'll take the 2 cities and just kind of lock in my gains and keep him on his toes. Okay, so that was the movement from Western Russia into Smolensk, and then I'm going to move from northern Belarusia, everything from there into Smolensk, which consists of 5 infantry, 3 cavalry, and 2 medium armor. And then from Lubelsky, I'm going to move almost everything, other than the 6 cavalry and the 1 tactical bomber. Everything else will move into Smolensk, which is from Lubelsky to Smolensk. That's 6 advanced mechanized infantry, 3 self-propelled artillery. Okay, up here in Lapland, is that on camera? Got a fighter, 2 fighters up there in Lapland. Okay. So 1 fighter from Lapland. I'm just going to take 1 pot shot at Madman Dan's submarines here. Go on map. These 2 fighters are going to go down into Leningrad. And they're going to land in Western Germany. So they have a range of 5 with long-range aircraft. They both go 1 to Karjala, 1 to Leningrad, 3 to the C-zone here, 4 to this C-zone, and 5 will land in Western Germany. Okay, the 6 cavalry that are here in Lubelsky, they're going to go up and attack into Leningrad. So I've got the 6 cavalry and then the 2 aircraft. one SS Panzer Grenadier will go from Kola into Karjala. That will put me up 1. Plus I went up 1 for Smolensk. Plus I'm going to go up 1 for this infantry in southern Finland moving into Karjala. So I took Karelia for 1, Karelias were 2. Karelia for 2, Smolensk for 1, and Karjala for 1. So that's 4 up for the Germans. That's either 62 or 66, depending on how you track it. And the Soviets dropped from 38 down to 34. All right. Let's see what's next on my list. Okay, no, that should be in the non-combat. Okay, we're going to go over to Spain for my only other combat move. Here we go. In Spain, in Murcia, Valencia. I guess I can zoom in a little bit here. So these 2 jet fighters, and then from northern Italy, I'm going to have 1 jet fighter and 1 normal fighter will go 1, 2, 3, 4 into Murcia, Valencia. These 2 will land here, and then these 2 guys, they'll land up here, if that makes sense. So they're doing a swap. Okay? So I'm going to move in with the 2 German infantry and the German artillery and attack the 2 American infantry, the light armor, and the fighter. I'm bringing in 3 jets and a fighter along with those 3 German units. I just got to say, it was so clever building the transports in the Med. So frustratingly clever, because the Americans are the ones with the ground forces, and the British are the ones with the protection, the coverage. I just really messed up with declaring war with the Italians. Never declare war with the Italians unless you can keep your navy in the Med, because it's just, this is a disaster. And so what I'm trying to do here with this attack is take away some American land units. So there's an opportunity here for me to hit him, and that's why I'm doing this attack. His fighter has a 50-50 chance. That's why I'm bringing this fighter to take the casualty. And I have a 50-50 chance to hit that Soviet sub. So let's mix it up and see what happens. I think we're ready to move to the combat phase. All right. Well, I'm going to start off. Let's see, what do I have here? C-Zone 14. 1 fighter at 6. Got my 50-50 chance to hit a sub. Miss. Really a lot of 7s this turn. Crazy. Okay, Leningrad is a fortified city. He's got a militia and 2 infantry, and I've got the 6 cavalry and a fighter and a jet fighter. So the first thing we do is we roll for his first strike artillery. He's got 2 at 5 with his fortification. More 7s. Weird. That's freakish how many 7s I've rolled. I think that's 7 7s out of, I think, 8 rolls. That's amazing. 7 7s out of 8 rolls. Got distracted there. Where am I? I'm attacking with 6 cavalry into his fortification, and I think it's 6 at 3. Correct me if I'm wrong. I got 6 cavalry at 3. Hope 1 or 2 hit. Rats. Okay, well, at least the streak of 7s is over. No 7s there. I've got 1 fighter at 6 and 1 jet fighter at 8. Here's a fighter at 6. Jesus. And 1 fighter, or jet fighter. Okay, I only got 1 hit on that first round. For sure he'll take the militia. Okay, he's got 1 militia bumped up to a 4. 4 for that. Because he's getting the fortification, gets a +2 on the first round. This. And he's got 2 at 6 with his 2 infantry that get bumped up 2 by the fortification on the first round. 1 hit. Okay, so I am down to 5 cavalry. He's down to 2 infantry. Let's see what happens. I have 1 fighter at 6. Hit. And 1 jet fighter at 8. That's a hit. Okay, that's all I needed. Got him. Now he has the 2 at 5 because he's in a city. So, oh shoot, I hope he didn't. Oh, even if he rolled a 1, I forgot that he had target selection, but it doesn't matter. He can't take my planes. You can only choose vehicle class, which is the cavalry. So he's got 2 at 5 with his infantry. Miss. So even though I had a bad first round, I got lucky that he only did 1 hit to me. And Leningrad is worth 2. So the Germans take that over with 5 cavalry. Leningrad brings me up to 64 or 68 and pushes the USSR down to 32. All right. I am convoy raiding in C-Zone 79. I am sorry that I did not announce that. I hope none of my opponents are worried about it. If you do, I will take it back. I wrote it down, but I did not announce it during combat movement phase. I didn't have to move because I'm in C-Zone 79. Red is the attacker, white's the defender. And unfortunately that it ends up nothing because, God, it's so funny. Now all I'm doing is giving myself a 1/4 or 1/6 chance of getting hit because of his ASW. Just going back to that roll, he gets a +3. He gets 2 for radar, 1 for ASW, and I get 2 for being a sub. So I have 8, and he has 5 + 3 is 8, so that's why no damage. Now a 1 or a 2 will be my first sub. Yeah. Okay, so that's funny. It's about time that sub died, and that now Panzer J. If Japan doesn't convoy raid you, then you will get to collect your. I think it's 2 for not having any subs on your convoy lines. The German U-boat war is completed in 1945. The last sub got sunk, and basically I think I've been pretty lucky on my ASW rolls so far. So I was overdue. What am I up to? What's next on my combat? Okay, I've got 2 artillery attrition attacks from Paris into Normandy. Again, I should have announced these things that I didn't. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know that I have to. Do I have to declare that I was going to do that? I don't know. If there's some games you have to declare the combat, but hopefully my opponents will be fine that I'm rolling my 2 at 2 for the attrition attack of the 2 advanced artillery Paris into Normandy. 1 hit. Okay, I'm sure that's going to be the militia. What I like about that is he's been doing his tricky thing where he places a militia and then upgrades it. Well, he doesn't get to upgrade it this particular turn because I killed it. Let's see, what else is on my list of attacks to make? Okay, I've got my Mercy of Valencia. I think that's my last attack. So I have 1 infantry that is not boosted. I have 2 infantry that are moving in. They're in mountains. So the 1 infantry that is not boosted is 1 at 1. Miss. I should have rolled my artillery first. I've got 1 artillery at 2. It's a first strike. That's why I should have rolled it first. Miss. And then I've got another infantry, and this is the boosted infantry at 2. -1 for the mountains, +1 for the artillery. Okay, I have 1. These are air superiority hits. I've got the 1 fighter at 6. Miss. And I've got 3 jet fighters at 8. 2 hits. Okay, so he has to lose the fighter, and he'll probably lose an infantry. If he wants to lose the light armor, that's totally fine with me. All right, now he gets 2 infantry at 4. Miss. He's got the light armor at 4. Miss. Let's see here. And then he's got the fighter at 6. This is the one I'd like him to miss. That would be nice. No, okay, so I do lose a fighter. That's why I brought that fighter down. So no matter how this ends up, it was an equal trade aerially. Okay, so now what it is he got the 1 hit, but it was on my fighter. His other 3 units missed. So I've got the 2 infantry the artillery, and then 3 jet fighters. So the 1st infantry is at 1. Miss. Then I've got the unboosted, or no, that was the unboosted infantry. This is the boosted infantry at 2. Then I've got the artillery at 2. And then I've got the 3 jet fighters at 8. Hopefully I could get all 3. Nope, 2 hits. So, oh, that's all I needed. Just those 2 hits. All right, he's got 1 infantry at 4, and then 1 light armor at 4. I'm going to roll them separately in case there's something yeah, because the light armor defends at 3, not 4, but he missed last time with it. So here's the light armor defending at 3, if that's right. I think that's right. Hold on, let me just check. Yeah, light armor just defends at 3, not 4. It attacks at 4, so you can tell how infrequently I use light armor. Here's the light armor defending at 3, and here's the infantry defending at 4. The light armor, he would have taken the light armor. I don't know if he rolled on that last roll. If it was a 4, that would be a hit, because he would have taken the light armor first since it defends at 3 and had 2 rolls at 4. But I will double check on what I rolled for that orange die just a second ago. If it was a 4, then I do lose a unit. So I take Mercy of Valencia with the 2 infantry and the artillery. And then the 1 jet fighter lands back in Gibraltar. It's not worth anything. Mercy of Valencia is not worth anything. This was basically a pretty bad turn for me. Like, I lost my sub. I lost my fighter. I did not hit his sub. The Russian subs. Not the best turn. Okay. Non-combat movement. First thing we want to do is zoom the camera out so you can see what is moving where. Okay, up there in C-Zone 14, that fighter that went after those subs is going to land back in southern Finland. So I'm just going to return. That's what that guy's job will be. Try to get Madman's, try to get his subs. 1 fighter and 1 jet fighter that were in Leningrad, as I told you, they're going to fly back to Western Germany. So now Western Germany has 1 fighter and 2 jets. 1 tactical bomber from Lubelski is going to fly to Romania. Okay. 1 infantry will move from southern Ukraine into Romania, and 1 infantry will move from western Ukraine into Romania. So now Romania has 6 infantry. 2 cavalry will move from Warsaw to southern Belarusia. And 2 SS Panzer Grenadiers will move from Warsaw to southern Belarusia. I'm going to call an audible. I'm going to send both of these to northern Belarusia. Because I think, yeah, I like that. The only people that can hit, the only units that can hit northern Belarusia are his medium armor and Katushkas, whereas if I kept it in southern Belarusia, he could hit me with cavalry for casualties. So that's why I picked to go that direction. Okay. Yeah, down here, I already did the 2 jet fighters flew from Mercy of Valencia, 1, 2, 3, 4, to land in northern Italy. So I have 2 jet fighters and 1 German fighter in northern Italy, and then there's the 1 Japanese fighter in Rome. The 1 jet fighter that survived in the attack in Mercy of Valencia that had flown from northern Italy lands in Gibraltar. Okay, strategic rail movement. I'm going to take 4 infantry from Western Germany, and they're going to get railed to Paris. So I only have 6 infantry in Western Germany, and then 4 more infantry end up in Paris, which brings Paris up to 16 infantry. Okay. Next we've got, I'm going to chip out the Romanians. Next we have our place units phase. Okay. I have $12 militia. I'm going to place 3 militia in Western Germany. And that will get me up to 6 militia in Western Germany. Got 9 more militia to place. I will place 1 militia in Warsaw, 8 more. 1 in Romania, 7 more. Run out of militia for the Germans. 7 more. I'm going to place 1 in Paris, bringing my total number of militia in Paris up to 8. I'm going to place 2 militia in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more militia to go. So I'm going to place 3 of those militia in Bavaria. And I've got 3 more militia to go. Let me see where I did 1 in Warsaw, 1 in Romania. Oh, I'm going to put 1 in Eastern Germany and 2 in Berlin. That is my 12 militia placed. Now we're getting to the end. Germany's defending, trying to hedgehog up. Okay, cavalry. I'm going to place my 2 cavalry are going to end up going in Romania. And 2 infantry are going to end up, the 2 cavalry are going to go in Warsaw, and the 2 infantry are going to go in Romania. There's the 2 cavalry in Warsaw. And then now Romania has 8 infantry. I will place down in Bavaria, I'm going to place 2 advanced mechanized infantry and 2 SS Panzer Grenadiers. All right, so I still have some infantry to place. I think I'm going to place 2 infantry in Paris, and then 5 infantry and 2 anti-aircraft guns in West Germany. So 2 more infantry go into Paris. That's 2 more chips. That brings me up to 18 infantry in Paris. I have to just snuff out their hopes of capturing Paris. I have to have so much that they're like, nope, can't even try it. Kind of the way that Madman Dan snuffed my hopes out about Moscow. So that's the 2 infantry there. And then the 5 infantry go into West Germany, bringing me up to 11 infantry there in West Germany. And the 2 anti-aircraft guns bring me up to 6 anti-aircraft guns in West Germany. So we're getting to the end. Let's see here. I've placed all my units. Vichy, I got my Vichy roll. Got it all teed up here on PBE. I need a 1 or 2 to successfully recruit. Let's see what happens. Still thinking. Okay, so it is a 3. I think it was a 3 last time. I had a lot of close misses this time, including the close miss on that sub. I would have liked to hit the sub. Let's do Disposition of Forces. So we will start up here. Let's start out kind of on the western side of things. Gibraltar has no German units. No, it has 1 German jet fighter. Murcia Valencia has 2 infantry, 1 artillery. There's a German anti-aircraft artillery, 2 jet fighters, and 1 German fighter in northern Italy. There's a German infantry in eastern Egypt. Denmark has 6 militia, 6 infantry, 3 anti-aircraft artillery, and a fortification. Western Germany has 1 airborne infantry, 6 anti-aircraft artillery, 6 militia, 11 infantry, 2 jet fighters, and 1 German fighter. There's a militia in the Netherlands, Belgium, Picardy, and Alsace-Lorraine. Paris has 8 militia, 18 infantry, 1 SNLF infantry, 3 advanced mechanized infantry, 4 tank destroyers, 2 advanced artillery, and 6 anti-aircraft artillery. Eastern Germany has a militia. Berlin has 4 militia, 2 infantry, and an anti-aircraft artillery. Bavaria has 4 militia, 2 advanced mechanized infantry, and 2 SS Panzer Grenadiers. Yugoslavia has 1 militia, 1 infantry, and 1 mountain infantry. Romania has 1 militia, 8 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 tactical bomber. In Sea Zone 35, there is a torpedo boat destroyer. In Warsaw, there is 4 militia and 2 cavalry. In northern Belarusia, there is 2 cavalry and 2 SS Panzer Grenadiers. In Leningrad, there are 5... Whoops, this guy's destroyed. There are 5 cavalry. In Karjala, there is a infantry. In Karelia, there is an SS Panzer Grenadier. In northern Russia, there is an SS Panzer Grenadier. In Lapland, there is a militia. In southern Finland, there is a fighter. And I think that is all the German forces. I don't have any subs on the board anymore. I've got wartime economy. So just looking at my income, I've got 64 with the Germans. I get 3 for Sweden, 3 for Romania, that gets me up to 70, 2 for Iraq, 72, and 4 for the Vichy, 76. So then I've got a 2 at 6 with the Germans. Plus 4. So I hit 80. I've got 80 for next turn. And the last bit of news is that for people who've been watching the whole game, you probably remember back in December when I hurt my shoulder and couldn't lift my shoulder up. It's really been bothering me for the past month. And saw the doctor, and unfortunately I'm going to have shoulder surgery, and I will be, my right arm will be completely immobilized for 6 weeks. I can't even rotate my wrist for 6 months, or 6 months, 6 weeks. It feels like 6 months. And what that means is that I really can't play another game of Global War 36 during that period because, I mean, I can't even rotate my wrist. It would be just one hand. I'd be opening all my containers and, trying to adjust my chips with one hand. As I say that as I'm sorting chips right now, I just know that it's not feasible. I couldn't process everyone else's turns. So unfortunately, this will be my last game for a period of time, at least 6 weeks. I really do want to come back and play again. This has been tremendous fun, and I really appreciate the good nature of everyone. Everyone's a real solid citizen. It's just been an absolute pleasure. If this is the end of the game, I'll see you back for the post-analysis video. Otherwise, I'll see you at 18.6. Next up is Madman Dan with 18.2 USSR.